Hello and welcome to another tutorial for DriveTheLane.com, the world's greatest college basketball simulation. I am your host, Stoneman, and today we're going to be discussing Recruiting Week 2. This is an exciting time. Everybody's decided on their initial recruiting actions for the first week, and now the list of the top 75 most recruited high school players comes out. Remember, there are 768 players. Now we get to see which of them are in the top 75 of receiving attention from college teams. So to get started, let's go over to the website. Just so there's no confusion, let's go ahead and go to schedule. And so you see what I mean by week 2. This exhibition week I kind of think of as week 0 when it comes to recruiting. You don't have to do anything. Your first recruiting just needs to be done before this game 3 of week 1. So now week 2, I'm referring to this second week of the regular season. So your recruiting actions just need to be done before this 6th game to be processed. So if we go to the recruiting tab up to most recruited, this is where we will see the top 75. I won't scroll all the way down and kill your eyes, but just trust me, it goes from 1 to 75. It has a great link to each player on this list. So let's say the number 1 guy, Nicholas Pribble. Why is he most recruited? Let's go to his individual player page here. Well, he's got an excellently accurate scouting report that says basically he's going to be amazing. If you don't trust your scout, you can look at his stats. He's averaging 23 and 10. The kid's a beast. Not only that, but he has a poor local rating, which means almost everybody in the country can compete for his signature in that regard. You don't even have to be a particularly good team because of this fair plus winning preference, and he's not concerned with how many minutes he's going to get. So you can tell that having such a good player with such kind of open preferences is going to be highly recruited. So anyway, that's the most recruited list. The important thing here is that you want to check where the players that you recruited fall on this list, or hopefully do not fall on this list. So just to show you what I mean, let's go to recruiting. We'll go to My Recruits. And you can see that after the first week, I'll just show you this. I probably shouldn't, but after the first week, you'll see your top 35 recruits. I run a large program. I have a few extra recruiting points. I can actually fill all 35 of those spots. You probably can't if you have a small program, but that's okay. So here it shows you the name of the recruit, what conference they're in, and this is the key column right here, these RPs, recruiting points spent. If you've seen my first recruiting video, you know all about the bonus points, so you know that the guys that I max in week 1 and give 17 points to, with the 15 bonus points, they're up to 32. So you can see in the parentheses here, of the 4 guys I maxed, 3 of them are not on that top 75 list, which is great. One of them is, he's at number 17 most recruited. So what that means is there's going to be lots of competition for his signature. Your job in this week 2 is to decide whether you want to keep maxing these guys or not. Since I have 3 guys off the list, I'm feeling pretty confident that I'll be able to land 1 or 2 of these guys, hopefully. And because that is the case, I'm going to go ahead and keep maxing Andrew Williams, keep giving him the 17 points a week. There's a lot of competition. I know that actually signing him might be a long shot, but I fit his preferences pretty well. And since that's really my only risk I'm taking here, I'm going to go ahead and keep maxing all 4 of them. So you can actually see up here, it says pending actions, maxing all 4 of those guys. Once games are run, after I've done this, the next time games are run, the site will update and they'll show up here. These numbers will update. They'll go from 32 to 49. We've talked also in that first recruiting video about building a spreadsheet, or we did talk about a spreadsheet, but building a safety net. So you can see that these guys are up to 16 recruiting points. That's because I gave them each 1 last week. In addition to the 15 bonus points, they're all sitting at 16. And then these guys down here, they all have 15 because I did not give them any recruiting points, but I offered them a scholarship. So these just represent the 15 bonus points I got for doing that. And you can see that several of these guys have a number in parentheses, which means that's their place on that top 75 most recruited list. So for example, this guy, Raymond Oliver, it's not going to do me any good to give him any more points ever again for this season because there's so much competition for his signature. Certainly one, probably many teams are maxing him. So many teams are already at 32 and will keep going to 49 and 66 and so on each week. So no point in me giving him any more points and trying to catch up. But some of these guys that are not on the list, there is a possibility that nobody's maxing them. Maybe nobody's given them any points yet. So If I had chosen to stop maxing Andrew Williams and had 17 extra points to play with, maybe I would decide to distribute them among some of these guys not on the list. So that is really all you need to do in this week 2. If you have not yet built your safety net, you can go ahead and do it this week. Instead of getting 15 bonus points, you will get 13 bonus points. But the advantage is that you can see which guys are on that top 75 list and not give them any points, not include any of those guys in your safety net, since you already know you won't be able to sign them. So that's an advantage. Some coaches might actually wait till week 2 on purpose to do that. The trade-off, again, is that you're losing those 2 bonus points per player for recruiting in week 2 instead of week 1. But that is your job in week 2. Decide which guys you want to keep maxing. Decide whether you want to spread points around. Since I run that large program, I've maxed 4. That's 68 points. I have 15 extra. I'm just going to bank those. I'm going to wait until at least next week to decide where to put them. But that is week 2 of recruiting.